Hey everybody, welcome to your yoga class. This class is designed to be short and sharp. So we're going to be using the energy with the breath and we're going to be using physical postures. But it's perfect to do in the mornings. You know, you get out of bed. A lot of us will get out of bed in the mornings just on the side of negativity. And I think especially now. So this is kind of just something that you can get straight out of bed, grab a shower, get onto your mat and practice for 30 minutes. There's some breath, there's some movement, and a tiny little bit of meditation at the end. And then hopefully it will set you up for a really good day. Saying that, you can do the class at any time of the day. And because it's an energy booster, because we're using the breath and movement, it's something to do maybe in the early evening or anytime, lunchtime, whatever feels good for you. It's simple. It's accessible, I think, for most people. You know, you don't have to be incredibly flexible. You don't have to be incredibly strong. So it's available for all body types. You're just going to go through this experience, or we're going to go through this experience together. A lot of the postures you will have done before, but we're going to kind of meld them together into this cooking pot of energy. A cooking pot of energy. All right, I like it. All right, let's do this. Bring the hands just onto the knees and bring the thumb and forefinger together. Find your heart just lifted and think about the navel center and the heart and just draw a line between the two. So you find this chest is nice and open so you can breathe into it. You know, if we're sat with poor posture, when we're on our mobile phones, we're on our devices, a lot of the time we're on computers, we're sort of like this. So we're just kind of bringing length into the spine. Maybe just roll the shoulders a couple of times one way, roll the shoulders a couple of times the other way. So just little movements. You might kind of just rock the head from side to side, just be nice and gentle. So these are really intuitive. Maybe just a little twist from side to side. Just check in with the breath. Notice how the breath feels. And then slowly come back to center. And then from here, we're just going to do Sufi Grind. So place the hands on the knees, inhale the chest forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Just get into a rhythm. We won't be here for long. So you inhale and you exhale. Inhale and you exhale. And all you're doing here is you're just rotating the torso around the hips. You're just moving the torso around the hips, feeling into the back, feeling into the hips themselves, and just noticing any sensations in the body. Whatever you're hanging on to, maybe it's a long-standing injury. It could be just some general tightness in the body, or the body just might feel beautiful this morning. So however the body feels, breathe into it, give it a little bit of love. And as we breathe, we begin to bring a little bit of energy here. And then just come back the other way. So anywhere you're going, just come back. Inhale forward, exhale back. Inhale forward, exhale back. We have a lot of people who will think, you know what, yoga's not for me. I don't want to do yoga. And there's lots of reasons why people don't want to do it. When we think about social media and what yoga looks like on social media, it's probably not really a fair indication of what yoga is. And I think that keeps a lot of people from getting onto the mat in the first place. Inhale back to center. And then exhale fully. So the idea is to meet your body exactly where it is today without any judgment. So if you've never done yoga before, you've never stretched a lot, for example, you're going to be tight. When I first did yoga, my body was impossibly tight, ridiculously tight, to the point where I was in quite a lot of pain because I just hadn't moved like that before. I'd run for a long time and my hamstrings were tight and everything was just, anyway. Just over time, just with that steady practice, your body opens up. And you don't have to be the strongest, most flexible person in the world. It really doesn't matter. What we're doing is we're moving energy and we're accepting where our bodies are. So you become more intuitive with your body. You become more intuitive with your breath. And hopefully that helps here. That brings us a little bit of mental clarity. Okay, so from here, we're going to do a breath of fire, which we've done a lot of times before. It's a very energizing breath. Now we think about the breath of fire, the exhale is quite forceful, the inhale is quite passive. It's in and out through the nose. So the exhale is the inhale, it just bounces back in. So it looks something like this. So when I'm exhaling, my belly's snapping in. And then the inhale, which is quite passive, just bounces back in. You don't have to think about the inhale. It's like a pendulum swinging. Like inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. In and out through the nose. Very energizing. And then we use a lot of oxygen. So this really wakes you up. So we're going to do 3 minutes. So it's quite powerful in terms of just the amount of time that we're going to do it for. We're going to use 3 mudras. And the mudra is just a hand position. The first one's going to be here, thumb and forefinger together. This is called Gyan Mudra. And when we do this, the focus is going to be right here, right at the navel center. Then we'll bring the arms out. And then we'll have the arms out like this, palms facing up. And then we're going to focus right at the heart center. And then we're going to bring our hands into Anjali Mudra, which is hands at prayer at the heart center. And then we're going to focus right here, right in between the eyes, third eye, or at the crown of the head, whatever feels good for you. In and out through the nose. Inhale is forceful. Sorry, exhale is forceful. Inhale just bounces in. Exhale is forceful. Inhale bounces in. Okay, let's do this. Anjali Mudra, sorry, Gyan Mudra. Sit nice and tall. Take a deep inhale to begin. And then just start your breath of fire. Forceful exhale, inhale bounces in. Focus here right at the navel center. Keep that breath going, but now bring the arms out. And then you're just gonna have the palms face up. Maybe look at the length of the arms, look down the arms, and then just start your breath of fire again, or just keep it going. Focus here right at the heart center. Keep the breath going. Bring the hands down into Anjali Mudra, hands at heart center. Focus between the third eye, right at the brow point. Take a deep inhale. And then just hold the breath here at the top. Just retain it. Squeeze the belly up and in. Relax through the face. Feel the energy. Let it circulate. And then exhale fully. Do one more like that. Deep inhale. Hold the breath. Squeeze. Let the energy circulate. Exhale, let it go. And then one more. Deep inhale. Hold the breath, let it circulate. And then when we exhale, this time we're going to sigh it out. Sigh out all your worries, all your frustrations. Because it felt so good. One more. Sigh out all your frustrations. Deep inhale. Hold the breath. Sigh out anything you're holding on to that doesn't serve you. Beautiful. Nice work. That's fantastic. All right, from here, can relax the posture. If you're sat on something like I was, which I highly recommend, like a block, come to stand, and then we're just going to come standing at the top of our mats. So we're going to run through a few rounds of sun salutations, and then we're going to come back down to our mat. So standing in your Tadasana or your mountain posture. You know, if you're not sure about how to set up in mountain posture, it can be really beneficial to do it against the wall. So you bring your feet about hip width apart, press your feet into the floor, and the feet are a little bit away from the skirting board or against the wall. And then you just bring everything up against the wall. So you feel your hips, relax your back against the wall, and then you can have the back of the head just pressing against the wall. You know, because a lot of the time when we're stood, our head is a lot more forward than our shoulders. So we get this rounded into the shoulders and our posture is quite poor, again, because we're looking at devices a lot of the time. So sometimes we can just have the palms face forward and then maybe just close the eyes here. So Tadasana against the wall. Or maybe you just stood at the top of your mat, press the four corners of the feet down into the floor, soften where you can. So you find that softening through the shoulders, but that engagement through the legs. Nice. If you're against the wall still, then maybe just open the eyes. There's maybe a nice thing to do now and again, just doing it against the wall to find the posture, and then walk to the top of the mat. Beautiful. Press the soles of the feet down into the floor, and then just look at the feet and just line the feet up with the long edges of your mat. So same thing that we did just against the wall there. And then we're going to move through Sun Salutation B, just to really open the hips up. All right, nice and simple. Maybe bring the feet a little bit closer actually for this one, because we're going to come into awkward pose or chair pose. Take an inhale, sweep the arms up, and then you just bring the weight into the heels, and you just sit back here like you're sitting in a chair. Nice. Exhale, forward fold, nice and slowly. Take an inhale, come up to a flat back. So whatever feels good for you today. I come up really high just to lengthen my spine. The back of the neck is long. Weight into the toes, roll the shoulder blades back. On an exhale, drop the palms down, and then just step it back into your plank. And then take an inhale and come into your plank. Nice. Exhale, lower, all the way to the floor. You can drop the knees if you want, or you can just come down in one line. Keep the elbows tucked by the side of the body. Press the feet into the floor, take an inhale, and just come into a Cobra Pose. So you can come up with straight arms. You can have the palms kind of like really spread out. You can have the elbows bent. Exhale, downward facing dog. So lift the hips and come into your first down dog. And I encourage you just to walk it out here. So bend into one knee, bend into the other. On this first round, we're going to go nice and slowly. And then the second round, we'll really speed it up. So you can shake the head, yes. You can shake it, no. And then eventually, once you've had a little paddle out of the knees, just come into stillness and maybe keep a nice generous bend in the knees. See how bent my knees are as I press my heels down towards the floor, lifting my hips away from the shoulders. My head is nice and heavy, and I'm breathing long and deep. Nice. From here, spin the left toes out so they're at an angle, flatten the sole of the foot, step the right foot in between the hands or to the top edge of your mat. Press into the outer edge of the back foot, take an inhale, and then just come into your warrior one. Nice. Do what you want with the arms. So hands together, hands shoulder width apart. You can always have the hands at heart center. And you don't have to kind of like muscle into this where you get this knee at a 90-degree angle. You can always, or this leg, you can be here, you know, but make sure the back leg is nice and strong. You're pressing into the outer edge of the back foot. One more deep inhale. Feel that opening through the left hip flexor, and then exhale, bring the hands down. You're just going to lightly step it back into your plank and then lower to the floor. All on one exhale. Inhale, come through, back into your Cobra Pose, and then exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll take a couple of breaths. Deep inhale. And then when you exhale, just sigh it out. Any frustrations you're holding on to, get rid of it. Deep inhale. Sigh out your frustrations. Really let it go. This time, deep inhale. If you want to do lion's breath, you sigh it out with the tongue out. Do one more like that. Exhale, sigh it out with the tongue out. Let it go. All right, beautiful work. This time, spin out the right toes, step the left foot to the top of the mat. Press into the outer edge of the left foot. Take an inhale, come into your warrior one. So just on the other side, couple of breaths. Press into the outer edge of the back foot. Back leg is nice and strong as you bend into the front knee. One more deep inhale. And then exhale, bring the hands down. And then just simply step that right foot up to meet the left and come into your flat back position. So we come back here. Hands might be on the shins, on the floor, on the knees, or you might come up really high like I do. Exhale, fold in deeply. Press into the feet. Inhale, come back into your chair. Weight into the heels. You can just about see the toes. And then exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Nice, really nice. Standing here at heart center. Standing here with your hands at heart center at the top edge of your mat. Just check in with your experience. Just notice what you're noticing. So in that round there, what we did was we did quite a few breaths in between. And now we're going to use one movement, one breath. So like a classic sun salutation. So really try and let the breath guide the movement. So the breath is the most important thing in yoga. You know, all the postures and stuff, they're secondary. You know, they're great and they're very important, but the breath is what nourishes us, and the breath is what sustains us through our physical postures. All right, let's do this together. Bring the feet pretty much together. Line them up with the long edges of your mat. Take an inhale, come into your chair. Take an exhale, forward fold. Your next inhale brings you to a flat back. Your next exhale brings you down. You step it back into a plank. You keep the exhale going as you lower to the floor. One line. Press the feet into the floor. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to carry on moving. Spin the left toes out. Step the right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Nice. Exhale, bring the hands down. Step it back into your plank. Lower down. Inhale, come through into your cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. This time spinning out the right toes, stepping the left foot forward, set yourself. Inhale, warrior one. Nice. Exhale, bringing the hands down. This time, step back into your plank. Right foot meets left, lengthen and lower. All the way to the floor. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Couple of breaths here. Deep inhale. Full exhale. A deep inhale. Full exhale. Feel free to sigh it out. Feel free to keep a bend in the knees to elongate the spine. Deep inhale. Maybe sigh it out on an exhale. Beautiful. Bend into the knees, hinge the hips. Step into the top of the mat. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, folding deeply. And then for the final time, inhale, back into your chair, bend into the knees. Exhale, bring the hands back to heart center. Beautiful. All right, standing here with the hands at heart center. In your Tadasana, press the soles of the feet into the floor. Feel your connectedness. And just check in with any changes in the body. Notice what you're noticing. Nice work. Beautiful. From here, you're going to stay where you are. I'm just going to move, but don't be confused about how I'm going to move. So from the top of your mat, you're just going to step the right foot back. Whoa. Wow. As I nearly fall over. So step the right foot back. Left foot at the top of the mat. So we're coming back into that warrior one pose that we were just doing in that flow that we just did. So you're going to bend into the front knee. You're going to press into the outer edge of the back foot. Okay, so this leg's nice and strong. The bend in this front knee, it's up to you. You know, it might be here, might be here, might be here, whatever feels good. Lengthen the spine. Left arm's going to come forward with the thumb out in line with the elbow. And you're going to bring this right arm back. So think of yourself as an archer. This is called archer pose. And then what we're going to do, we're going to do breath of fire from here for 1 minute. And then we're going to swap to the other side. All right. So you've got your bow, you've got your arrow. You're going to bend into the front knee, engage into the outer edge of the back foot, stare through the left thumb, and then start your breath of fire, like we did at the start. Forceful exhale, inhales passive. In and out through the nose. Take a deep inhale. Hold the breath. Maybe bend a little bit deeper into the front knee. Nice. And then exhale, fire off your arrow. That's the best bit of the class. Nice. Straighten the front leg, and then just bring that right foot in. Sorry, the left foot in, and then just bring the feet so they're parallel. And then all you're going to do is you're going to spin to the other side of the mat. So this time, right foot is at the top of the mat, left foot is back, and then you know what we're going to do. We're going to do the other side. So set yourself up in warrior one. If you feel tight in the hips, just walk the feet a little bit wider on your mat, just so you're not tightrope walking. Bend into the front knee, engage into this back leg. Bring the right arm out, bring the left arm back. So fire up. And remember, you can have a fierce face here. So you can kind of, this is where you really bring your warrior spirit in. All right. Stare through the right thumb, find your position, start your breath of fire. Deep inhale. Hold the breath. Maybe bend into the front leg a little bit more as you engage into the back leg. And then on your exhale, let it go. Nice work. Just straighten out through that front leg. And then all you're going to do is you're going to step the left foot up to meet the right. Just step to the top of your mat and then shake it out. Beautiful work, everyone. Really nice. And then come to sit down on your mat. I'm just going to move my mat forward just slightly. So then you're coming back to that seated position where we started the class. And then this final section, we're just going to move a little bit through the spine. So the idea there is that we've moved a lot of energy. Physically, we've moved into the hips, within the hamstrings, the lower back. Energetically, we've moved with the breath. So just notice what you're noticing here now. As you sit nice and still, maybe close the eyes. Just check in with your experience. Do you feel kind of like an energy, like a hum or a buzz? And yoga is about union. So we're thinking about that connection between mind and body. And this energy we create, we're hopefully going to take it with us for the rest of the day. Just shifting that stuckness out of the body. Nice. From here, bring the hands onto the front shin. You just sit nice and tall. And then all we're going to do is going to flex the spine. We've done this a few times before. If you've not been in my class, all you do is you inhale forward and you exhale round. And you think about the movement is kind of like the pelvis just kind of does this kind of thing. So there's not a huge amount of movement. It's inhale, exhale, exhale. Spinal flex. Just slowly, or whatever rhythm feels good for you, rocking the pelvis backwards and forwards. So good for the spine. And then take an inhale forward. Find length in the spine, heart centered open. Hold the breath, retain it. Squeeze here, right at the navel center. Pull the belly up and in. And then exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Nice. Really nice. From here, we're going to turn the right palm in towards you and then the left palm out, and then you're going to grip the fingers. So the right palm in, left palm out, grip the fingers. And then with the shoulders kind of right at, the elbows right at shoulder width. Excuse me, I'm going to have to cough. All we're going to do is we're just going to rotate the arms or up and down. So it's going to be inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So it's sitting nice and tall, working into the shoulders, Hands at the heart center. You can close the eyes here, or the gaze can be soft. And then take an inhale back to center. Hold the breath here and then pull the arms apart. So you're just pulling and holding. Loads of tension through the arms. You feel the arms kind of shaking. Pull them apart. Pull them, pull them, pull them. And then exhale, let it go. Take an inhale. Pull and hold. Pull. So the arms shake. And then on your next exhale, you're just going to do it through the mouth. Sigh it out. One more like that. Take a deep inhale. Pull and hold. Squeeze the belly. Pull, pull, pull. Hold. Exhale, sigh it out. Beautiful. Nice. Shake out the arms. Just let that tension go. Final posture we're going to do is called aura expander. So again, we think about length in the spine. We think about relaxing the sit bones down. Heart center's lifted. Navel center supports the heart. So we've got this straight line. Imagine someone's put a rod down through the top of your head, all the way down into your base of your spine. So we sit rock solid and tall and strong. And then the aura expander is, we inhale the arms out, we exhale, we make fists, and we really strike the bottom rib. So it's like this. Okay, it's a great workout for the breath, works into the lungs, clears out the mucous membrane of the lungs, works into the respiratory system. But then we're thinking also about the movement into the shoulders, into the heart center. So good for us physically. All right, let's do this together. Final thing we're going to do, and we're just going to sit for a minute at the end. Okay, so inhale up. Eyes can be focused at the third eye with the eyes closed, right in between the eyebrows. Exhale down, make fists. Keep it powerful. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up. Hold the breath, stretch. Hold it. And exhale, bring the hands down. Beautiful. Just thumb and forefinger together, Gyan Mudra. And then just let everything settle. Just check in with how you're feeling now. Contrast to how you feel now to how you did at the start of the class. Notice where the energy is in the body. Know that these short, sharp practices, we can just get into a routine of doing them. It can have a profound effect on our lives, set us up for just a day of ease instead of where we get out of bed and we're just feeling a little bit low on energy and then our day just floats and we don't really have any purpose. Nice. Just letting the breath settle. And then just bring the hands to heart center. Sit nice and tall. And then just lower your head down to your prayer. And just appreciate yourself. Appreciate everything you do for yourself. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining today. I'll be back next week and it'll be another half-hour class. And we'll be maybe working a little bit more into some of these seated postures, but it'll be all about moving the energy. Hope you have a great week whenever you've done this class, and we'll catch up with you in a week's time. Take care, everyone. Cheers.